My name is Gloria from Green African Youth Organization, and as someone who loves nature very much, I want to know when we draw the line between harnessing our natural resources and conserving some for future generations. So I understand that we need to use natural resources to build and improve our country. But at what point do we say it's enough so that future can also have a look at what we have as natural resources? Thank you.
But the questions are excellent. The so the young lady from Green, the subtitle of the Plundered Planet, which is my book on natural resources, its subtitle is how to reconcile the environment with the economy. Something like how to reconcile nature with prosperity. So I'm very much concerned with the point you raised, and obviously the environment is an enormous public good, and if we try and achieve prosperity by destroying that public good, we've just not understood the nature of the task at hand. Prosperity is about producing well-being, not income. So all these things are then a matter of trade-offs. Where I would so let me give you a couple of examples. One is oil spills. There's been oil spills in the Gulf of Mexico. There've been oil spills in the Gulf of Guinea. When the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico became famous, remember BP had the oil spill, and the first thing BP did in response to that oil spill was spend $500 million commissioning independent studies of the damage. Who suffered what damage? The oil spills in the Gulf of Guinea, no company has spent anything like $500 million estimating the damage. Why? Because in America, BP very rapidly worked out its best possible outcome would be the truth. Why? Because the American legal system is structured so that American lawyers, they knew, would be phoning up everybody in the southern states of America saying, did you have any worries lately? Could your grandmother not sleep at night? Did your school kid get worried about his exams because of the oil spill? We'll sue, right? Now, I wouldn't wish the American legal system on my worst enemy, right? But you do need a system which gives effective redress to environmental damage. And you have to build some system that works in your society. Right? And as I say, I wouldn't go and import the American legal system, but you do need systems of effective redress, because without effective redress, companies have no incentive to minimize the environmental damage. Right? Sometimes you would, of course, rightly make the choice, we don't want the risk of the environmental damage, we'd rather leave it in the ground. Right? So that's a perfectly legitimate choice. Where I would draw the line is I don't think you need to be holier than Europe on things like coal. I think it's vital that coal is gradually closed down. That's the dirtiest carbon emitter of all. That's causing the climate change. But while Sweden and Germany and Australia and America are merrily digging coal out of the ground at a rate of knots, I don't see why you shouldn't have coal. And the international powers, the board of the African Development Bank, the board of the World Bank, are trying to stop you having coal when they're merrily digging it up themselves. So that's where I draw the line.